Very quickly, Your Honor, I'll, with ability, invite the court to read that together with the provisions of Article 52B, which my learned senior, where my learned senior left. 52B, Your Honor, is about the right of the accused person to be informed of the charge in sufficient detail to answer it. But, Your Honor, what has come out in the few minutes before, Your Honor, 50 Article 2B. Your Honor, it talks about what fair trial, all that is under Article 52, from 2A all through to 2, I believe, J. 52A all through to 50Q, Your Honor, is what constitutes fair trial. Such that, Your Honor, we stand before you this morning or afternoon, the accused person is clearly not able to understand, Your Honor, what is responding to. This is a provision, Your Honor, or this is a right, Your Honor, which cannot be limited. I invite court to find basis on those two articles, Your Honor, to reject the charge that have been read out. That's all from you.
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to say one or two things. Yes, Your Honor, my name is Eric Uri. Your Honor, you've been referred to articles to refresh what has been stated. But Your Honor, so that you are not told that this court cannot deal with the questions of constitutional interpretation, Your Honor, I also wish to refer this court to the Criminal Procedure Code, and I would want to make reference to sections 135 with regard to the framing of charges. Section 135 with regards to the framing of charges. And Your Honor, it underpins the constitutional requirements that an accused person is entitled to sufficient information to be in a position to respond to the charges that are made against that person. Your Honor, second, you have the jurisdiction and the discretion under section 89 of the CPC to decline these charges if you are of the opinion, and Your Honor, we persuade you to be of this opinion, that the charge sheet before you does not, in sufficient material, disclose a case to enable the accused person to take a plea. Your Honor, I'll finally say, and I think I have said this before, if we continue at this rate, we will have to seriously expand this court. Because, Your Honor, what it would mean is that any statement that a person can make under the free speech that is guaranteed in this country. Sometimes, yes, I can say something that can be offensive, but does that constitute a crime? It's the danger that we face with this kind of practice. Your Honor, for those reasons, and being that these courts are temples of justice, there are games that can be played out there. And Your Honor, I think it is also important for me to say that this court has recognized, and the High Court, I think, has recognized the manner in which of late police have been conducting their arrests by way of abduction of those people they consider to be suspect. There is actually an order of the High Court that has directed that the police must and then he's brought here for the court to sanctify the actions, the illegal actions that have been undertaken. And the attempt to sanctify Your Honor, those actions does not meet
May we call for a short adjournment so that the court is clear that the person has air. We need a short
the court had to buy the microphone. And so, Your Honor, I plead with this court that we must take all the circumstances of this case, and the circumstances of this case then explain the paucity in the charge sheet as has been presented before.
I think there was an emergency of 1 year, and it's important that the court directs the police to attend to that.
Do we call for a short adjournment so the court is clear that the person has there? They need a short adjournment.
There are some other rooms on the other side
That are bigger and more.
No, no, this is the biggest. Wampeleke the other side.
Thank you. Your Honor, it is the last time we appeared in the court over this one. The court had to buy me. I was avoiding that because I don't want it to go next. But it looks like, I mean, at a certain point, we may really need to think about fasting and whatever. The manner that we are. But Your Honor, what I was saying is that the circumstances of the arrest and then demonstrate why. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. So my final point was that even though it might appear to be an overreach, but this court must look at the circumstances of the arrest, and it will be able to understand that the intention here is for this court to be a conveyor. We abducted him, we were unable to. So, Your Honor, what I was saying is that this court is intended to be a conveyor. We abduct or we arrest without any probable cause. We look for any reason and we present a charge sheet and place it before the court. And the court then is supposed to be the one to sanctify, because Your Honor, the moment you accept this charge, and I think if it was a proper charge, we would have no problem, even though we would have known it is a charge. But the problem here is that, Your Honor, if you accept this charge, especially as it is fair, and then even this court will eventually almost be on trial the way our police are on trial. Your Honor, for that reason, I'm noting that Mr. Morara had a young counsel that he had instructed. I would ask that you allow Mr. Semonka to just say one more thing, and then I know all of us would want to say something, but I recognize that we also need to write ruling and listen. Well, I'm being reminded it's also a
Please, Your Honor, my name is Marema. I humbly and fully appreciate the recognition of my seniors, and I thank them for the knowledge that I've received in the past. However, there's one small thing that we haven't touched. And briefly, that's to do with the framing of charges under Section 134 of the CBC, Criminal Procedure Code, as read together with Section 135 of the Criminal Procedure Code, which dictates in mandatory terms that a charge must contain a statement of the specific offense in which the accused is charged, and enough information to demonstrate the nature of the offense. Much has been said about civil defamation. Civil defamation. However, in brief, Your Honor, if you see count, it refers to cyber harassment under Section 27 of the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Act. However, when you read the particulars of the offense, specifically line 4, knowingly without lawful cause, knowingly without lawful excuse, posted false information. That is another offense under the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Act. Specifically Section 22 of the Computer Misuse Act. If you go on further, Your Honor, they repeated the statement, false, again. And then lastly finished with calculated to tarnish and discredit. Calculated to tarnish and discredit the reputation of one David Morara. So, Your Honor, in brief, the question is Morara answering to the charge of cyber harassment or to the charge of publishing false information or civil or defamation? Your Honor, in brief, as I associated with my learned senior counsel Eric Thori stated, I was with Morara when he was being arrested. The police refused to grant me access to Article 49, and there are orders that have been given by the High Court that the police ought to respect and ought to follow Article 49 of the Constitution. Some of those orders I personally obtained them from the High Court. Additionally, they did not disclose why they were arresting him or who they were. Some of them were masked. Your Honor, the question is, we are dealing with people.
Sorry. We might all of us end up fainting here. So please, just a request that you allow me to manage the crowd. I want to request everybody after the gentleman in the victim, we are just going to ask you kindly to step out of the room. Otherwise, we can't face the Please, you can listen from outside. We have speakers. So we have speakers. So now, if your problem is that you just want to break, because help comes first. Please. They want to see you counsel speaking.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. So,
Because you can get, so many of us are sweating. You can get the smell of sweat. There is really long contact.
yes, Your Honor, I'll be brief. Your Honor, in
How many
brief,
more minutes did you take?
3-4 minutes.
Okay, please.
Your Honor, in brief, what we are witnessing here as a country is the weaponization of the criminal judicial process against a young man who, against all odds, stood up to speak the truth. And the truth has hurt many people who are currently in power, that truth has altered the status quo.
Sorry, you are not a witness. You are yet to take leave.
But in brief, Your Honor, history is being made, and I invite this honorable court to stand on the right side of history by quashing these charges and releasing the accused person on personal bond. He is a young person, he is a young person. To release, to free him from his charges. And lastly, as his personal lawyer, I want to thank him for actually believing in a young person. Fellow Gen Z, Your Honor. Fellow Gen Z. And we will stand with him to do that.
May the court afford exactly 1.5 minutes. My name is Achille Bradley. It's a privilege to appear before you, Your Honor, in this matter. And just to add to what has been said, the constitutional justification for the cause of action we are requesting you to take. If you look at Article 24, it is a balancing act that the court must strike. And the court must look at the least restrictive alternative. In this case, Your Honor, there is an alternative for the complainant. That alternative is called the Defamation Act. It's sufficient to address any reputational damages. And so there will be justice for the complainant, whichever, if you make the decision we are requesting you to make. And the other one is in Article 23A. That article obligates this court to adopt 20 subarticle 3A. You know, this court cannot interpret the Constitution. That jurisdiction belongs to the High Court. However, this court, as a constitutional organ, must apply the Constitution. And when you look at Article 23A, it requires this court and all tribunals to adopt the interpretation that most favors the enjoyment of rights. In this case, Morara's right to freedom of speech, especially on these issues, is so, Your Honor, there's sufficient legal basis for you to find that this charge does not disclose a criminal case, and that the remedy, alternative remedy of defamation is sufficient. Thank you so much.
Your Honor, perhaps before the prosecution responds.
Just a minute, Mr. Chairman.
Only one about the charge sheet, because it will become relevant for them in response. Only one. Perhaps, Your Honor, to just disclose the bad faith in which this matter has been instituted. That the charge sheet itself is indicating erroneous dates when our client was arrested. They say that they arrested him today. The fact is that they arrested yesterday. They have a duty to disclose all the material facts, and there is a reason why the CPC requires a date of arrest to be indicated on a charge sheet. Eventually, Your Honor, when you seek to retire, kindly order the DCI office, and this is the DCI himself, to release 3 phones and 1 laptop belonging to our client, as we discharge him. Most obliged.
Even though we just have a brief response, maybe it will just start off of, it's the first time I'm seeing Mr. Ndegwanjiru very calm. It is unlike him. Your Honor, just in brief response, in terms of arrest, it's true the accused person was arrested yesterday and has been produced in court within the required time limit.
Your name for the
Undimu. And has been produced in court within the required time limit. In terms of access to counsel, I did confirm with the officers that he was allowed access to counsel, and the counsel who was allowed was Mr. Ndegwanjiru. And in fact, Mr. Ndegwanjiru did appear at our office today morning. And we confirmed that the charge sheet will be brought. He was accompanied by 2 other counsels, though they declined my tea invitation. Your Honor, in terms of the charge sheet, the CPC is very clear that a charge sheet must contain 2 critical elements. That is the statement of the offense and the particulars of the charge. Your Honor, my colleagues, my senior colleagues and junior colleagues have not disputed that there is a statement of the offense and the particulars. The contention, especially my senior colleagues have raised, is what is harassment? Your Honor, I look at that particular act, the Computer Nuisance and Cyber Crimes Act. It does not in any way define what harassment is. Harassment takes various forms. For one to draw a conclusion that harassment has occurred. The particulars in the charge have clearly informed the accused person of the accusation that he is facing. And what my colleagues are asking you to do is to go to the substance and the merits of the charges, to go to the evidential material. As at this point, Your Honor,
just one.
As at this point, what court ought to consider that the particulars of the charge have sufficiently informed the accused person of the accusation against him, which in our humble view are sufficient to enable him respond to the charges. To delve into other issues, Your Honor, would be going to the merits and demerits of the particular matter. I do understand the constitutional issue that have been raised by my senior colleagues. And those issues cannot be raised as at this point. The only purpose we are here for today is purposes of the charge sheet, whether it has statement of the offense and the particulars of the offense, and other considerations. Refer this court to section 137 of the CPC. the last point that Mr. Ndegwa has raised on the issue of the 3 phones and 1 laptop, I undertake to follow up the issue with the investigating officer to find out if they are interested in the material or the same should be released to the accused person. And undertake to inform him before the closure of business today as to what the response of the investigating officer has been. Luckily, I have Mr. Ndegwa's number. And also Mr. Eric Theuri. Surprisingly, the squatter from Tuapa has not spoken. I'm sure he will respond.
My colleague from the DPP, let the record reflect that my name is Morara, Law Society of Kenya Vice President. Vice President, I put a rejoinder at the end. Thank you so much.
We only respond to the issue of the charge sheet. The other issue are more constrained, as at this point this court only ought to consider whether the statement of the offense meets the legal criteria and whether the particulars of the offense have contained sufficient details. And I've gone to the issue of the harassment.
Yes. Martha Karua, SC, leading the defense team. Just to remind the court that our plea is that the charge be dismissed or rejected as defective under 89.5 of the CPC. Our submissions by the various councils point to that direction in adequate words. And it is important that the court only invites the accused to plead to a charge that discloses a course of action. And we have shown the mismatch between the offense charged and the particulars. I need not go beyond that. But when you retire to make a ruling, should you require more time, we urge you to consider releasing Mr. Morara, who is, I'm informed, is an officer of this court, on a personal board. He is, I'm informed he's not an officer of the court, but he is a person who is well known, has a fixed abode in town, and he is not a flight risk. You may consider releasing him on a personal bond, because we must not encourage the behavior of the police of punishing people in advance of appearing before the court. By punishing, I mean detention, unnecessary detention. He is a person who can actually be released on free bond. And we are many, and we will make sure he appears.
I think that should bring it across. So you want to believe in this part?
That will be the best approach, but we understand that you may have to read and do some research. And it may not be possible. That is why my learned senior counsel Martha asked that if that be the case, we can ask Mr. Morara to be admitted to free bond, and as his consent we
So
undertake.
Mr. Tieno, now you're out of one. Yes, the environment is not conducive. I think I should release it now.
Yes.
The best way to do that is to preserve the ruling.
Will you still come tomorrow?
Hatoyo kitu.
Senior counsel, what does your client do? Or what terms would you consider appropriate?
He is a businessman and he is a very well-known, active and engaged citizen.
Sounds funny.
And he's also a lawyer waiting to be admitted. I actually thought he was already admitted. That's why I'm saying officer of the court.
So he can afford cash bail of 1 million.
Yeah.
Of 1 million, that's in order. Otherwise,
How much cash bail is he able to afford?
Free ball.
Free bond of 1 million.
Your Honor, maybe Your Honor, just before you pen off, my colleagues have made submissions on the issue of bail. I just wanted to go on record that we are not objecting to bail. Maybe on condition that my Vice President ensures that he reports to the investigating officer whenever he's required.
So today, first, what has proceeded tomorrow, you come on 3rd of October. Sorry, no, 3rd of October. You come tomorrow at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Yes.
Is that Thursday?
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Oh, okay. The court, Your Honor is proposing Thursday, the 3rd, or tomorrow, the 2nd?
Morning.
Sorry, the 3rd of October.
Could we go to 4? Could we go to 4 that will give you enough time? In the morning.
See, I'm already confused. So, ruling on the application to be delivered on 4th of October this year at 2 p.m.
Morning.
I know why I'm saying 2. I have a very long hearing at the moment. And the accused person is granted cash bail of Kenya shillings 50,000 with one contact person to appear before the court on 4th of October this year.
Why not
Contact just comes with a name.
Your Honor, may I just take this opportunity on behalf of all the advocates to thank the court for the indulgence. And of course, I must recognize that my good friend, Mr. Odinga, although he sneaked into town and has not yet performed the usual rituals for us to welcome him into the has behaved as graciously as he always as we understand that they are operating under very difficult circumstances, to them. But Your Honor, we want to just say thank you for your indulgence and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you. Enjoy your day. We are still here, so if you feel like moving now, please do so peacefully.
Sorry guys, I was shaking because we had a lot of people, so I could have not.
Let's go outside. Let's go outside.
Ongea, unasikika?
Ndio tumetoka kotini kukaa na president wetu 2027 na tumemaliza kesi, imetupiliwa mbali sababu hiyo charge sheet ilikuwa ya upala. lakini tuko naye hapa kwa hapa. Anatoka sasa hivi. Tuko naye hapa na vijana wa Kenya lazima tukae kijana mwenzetu, wazee wajipange na wazee wao. Hatuna haja na kesi nyingine, yetu imeisha, ya hawa tunatoka nje.
You have been there with us, so we appreciate you. 50,000 cash bail is very small money. We're going to raise that right now, and then we are going to process the bail, the bail right now, and Morara is going to be out. Then we will be back here on Thursday at 2 p.m. So stay put, be there for any support that is needed. Let us work together to ensure that we fight impunity to the very end. Thank you, and we love you guys.
Thank you.
Kenya, whenever you're given a charge sheet, look twice. Only one thing that I highlighted, the date. The date was wrong. They arrested him the day before today, and they are requesting the court to give them some time to go and write. We forgot we arrested him yesterday, so today was a wrong date indication, of which it was done by Mr. Amin himself. So the case has been thrown out. Hata hiyo 50,000 ni ya maji tu. Tumeona wakubwa wamekaa hapo sana, isikuwe tu madharau, lakini it has been thrown out. So he will be here in a few. He's the one we are waiting for. Okay.
But also for the comrades who have come to stand in solidarity with the Morara Kebaso, we echo you. We stand with you. Viva! We stand for Morara because he is our choice. He speaks on behalf of many people
and
in this country, Kenya.
We are going to sue this court.
Yes.
Because it has not observed the hygiene. There is the disposal of waste matter, water, soapy water, and plastics within the corridors of the courts.
Even toilets.
Broken windows everywhere, endangering our lives, the lives of the lawyers and the judges. So we are going to sue this court as well because of not observing environmental hygiene.
So let the guys remain vigilant. Remain vigilant. It is not over until it is over. We are on a mission. 2027 ama kesho kutwa. Biashara viva, vijana viva. That's what we stand for.
Nataka kushukuru majenzi na na Wakenya wote kwa kusimama imara kijana mwenzetu Morara. Na mimi niliambia Morara wakikushika ndio wanakumake. Sasa hiyo wamekumake, tupige rali moja hii town, tunyamazisha wanasiasa wakubwa wakubwa. Sababu hao ndio wanatuletea shida. Mimi nataka kuambia vijana tumshikilie 2027 ikifika tumweka hapo mbele. Tuweze kuhakikisha kwa kwamba watu wameenda nyumbani. Asanteni sana.
Hello guys. Asante sana every lady mwenye umejitokeza kuja kwa hii barabara. Najua unajali kizazi chako cha kesho. Kitu yenye napenia watoto wetu saa hii guys. Kitu napenia mabwana zetu saa hii. Wanawake wote msimame. Wanawake wote wenye mmejitokeza, mimi nawapatia mkono. Wanawake wote msimame. Tuendelee kushikana kama ile kitu. Tushikane wote tutoke. Watoto wetu are not safe guys. Bruce is our brother. They are not safe. Morara is our brother. Morara is someone's husband. Ni baba ya mtu. Wanawake wote endeleeni kujitokeza. Mimi nitakuwa najitokeza, wanawake tushikane, tutoke nje, tukuje kwa barabara, tutetee haki zetu, tutetee watoto wetu. Tutetee watoto wetu kwa mambo yote yenye yanafanyika guys. Thank you very much na mbarikiwe.
Asante sana. Ninaposimama hapa naongea kwa ajili ya Morara, nasema huyo ndio anatosha, na anatosha kuwa rais wa Kenya, anatosha kukalia hiyo kiti. Hata saa hii huyo rais aende mafichoni mali anataka kupeleka watu. Wanaopeleka watu hawana hatia. Jameni, mnachukuliwa, mnapangiwa njama. Hii serikali ni kikosi ya kutengeneza pesa. Jueni kuna Mungu, tafuteni Mungu, achaneni na pesa. Mnachukuliwa mtu kama njoo, mnaandamana siku mbili, mnachukuliwa njoo, hakona utajiri, anaweza simama pale Likoni, apeane pesa kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni, na hiyo pesa yake itaisha, hiyo pesa yake itaisha. Na ndipo unaona unashikwa Mombasa, hati na ni gavana anakushika wewe, unashikwa ni watu, hati unafunguliwa mbuti, unaangaliwa nyuma, na wewe ni mwanaume na ni wanaume wenzako wanakuangalia nyuma. Unasahau ni kazi ya Mwenyezi Mungu, unafanya ya shetani, na ya Mungu ikiwa mingi ya kufanya. Hamuwezi kumsikubali mambo kama haya, msikubali nchi yetu ilaliwe ni maumbwa tukiona, msikubali tuite miungu wa baharini. Sisi tunaita Mungu wa Danieli na wa Yakobo, na tunajua ako iwai, na tunasimama imara ako uwai. Wana wa Juda wako, tunajua wako kweli, hatutakaa ile maisha ya Kaini na Abeli. Sisi hatuko jangwani, niko sure hatuko jangwani. Ile anointing tunapakwa inafanya kazi, ile anointing tunapakwa inafanya kazi. Mimi nasema mtu mali aliposimama katiba pembelezi na Kenya.
Sina makosa, wataka kuniua bure. Sina makosa we afande. Ruto si wako, nami si wangu. Chuki ya nini kati yangu mimi na wewe? Afande.
Ayo mama, ayo mama,
ayo mama,
ayo mama, ayo mama, ayo mama,
ayo mama,
ayo mama,
ayo mama.
Nazakayo asikie,
Nazakayo asikie.
Mapinduzi yaja Kenya,
mapinduzi yaja Kenya.
Nagashagwa asikie,
Nagashagwa asikie.
Mapinduzi yaja Kenya,
mapinduzi yaja Kenya.
Ayo mama, ayo mama,
ayo mama, ayo mama,
ayo mama, ayo mama,
ayo mama, ayo mama,
ayo mama,
ayo mama.
Ukombozi tutaupata vipi? Tulinde haki za binadamu. Nipe jibu la fumbo hili mama, ewe dada, hata na wewe ndugu, ewe dada, hata na wewe ndugu. Viva comrades, viva!
Viva!
Viva comrades, viva!
Viva!
Forward with the struggle, forward! Forward with the struggle of the people, forward! Long live the struggle, long live!
Long live!
Long live the defiant spirit of Morara, Kebaso, long live!
Long live!
Forward with the struggle, forward! Forward with the struggle, forward! Down with the arbitrary arrest, down! Down with the arbitrary arrest, down! Down with the Ruto regime, down! Down with the Ruto regime, down! Forward with the people, forward! Long live our women, long live! Long live our people, long live! Forward with the struggle, forward! Forward with the struggle, forward! We are just telling William Ruto, kindly leave us alone.
Yes.
You are holding this country at ransom.
Leave your office.
You are holding this country at ransom. What we're just requesting you, humbly resign. We want free elections. Because whatever you have done to our people, whatever you have done to our brothers and sisters, shall go down in history. And history shall not forget. History shall keeps reminding us that Dedan Kimathi was killed. And history shall still remind us that Rex Masai was killed, fighting for the justice of this country. History shall remind us that Morara Kebaso was arbitrarily abducted in his office. What have we done to you, William Ruto? What have we done to you? It is our civic and revolutionary duty to oversight whatever is going on in this country. And that is what we are doing. We are just keeping you in check. But now it turns out that keeping you in check is like a criminal activity. Sending DCI to our houses to abductors, to kill us, because it will go down in history. Viva comrades, viva! It will go, viva comrades, viva! It will go down in history, and we shall not forget that Denzel was thrown at a quarry. What do you think that the family is feeling right now? Fighting for the justice in this country is very expensive. It has cost us lives.
And even if it means you're gonna kill us, if they kill us,
Our children will kill them.
If they kill us,
our children will kill them.
If they kill us,
our children will kill them.
Just to remind you.
Before they kill us.
We're just to remind you. Viva, comrades, viva.
Viva.
We are here saddened by the activities of this regime. We are saddened by the killings of this regime. That when you come out to advocate for what is right, the police are used to throw tear gas canisters at you. The police are used to kill you. We saw the other day at Multimedia University how police handled a student who had already surrendered to the police. Mr. President, Mr. Ruto. Viva, comrades, viva. I say that because I want to withdraw. I withdraw to the people of Kenya that William Ruto is not our president.
He's not.
Don't mention that.
Tuko tayari kwa mapinduzi. Tuko tayari. Tuko tayari kwa mapinduzi. Tuko tayari. Tuko tayari kwa maandamano. Tuko tayari. Tuko tayari kwa maandamano. Tuko tayari.
One thing we want to tell the governor of Mombasa, wewe unafira watu, my friend, tunakuja Mombasa, wacha tumalize hapa, tunakuja Mombasa, tunakupata huko. And Mr. Ruto, we want to tell you, there is one question, as the young people we have already answered. Tuliulizwa, can we die for our country? Yes. There is a second question. It is coming. We are coming. The second question is coming, and it is difficult, and we know the answer. Our answer is yes. We are ready to die for our country, and we are ready to do the other thing for our country. Wewe Mombasa, wewe tunakuja.
I have one thing.
Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go.
I have one thing to say. Say two. Let this be the last abduction in Kenya today. If another abduction, if they come to abduct us, we will deal with them as criminals. Thank you.
Guys, whatever I say, you say must go. Ruto
must go.
Adani
must go.
Chief
must go.
Must go.
Good. We will not stand by as our country is taken hostage by criminals while they preach to us about the constitution. William Ruto and your cronies, you lied to us that IBC will be formed in 30 days. It has been over 45 days. We want to pick our ID cards. We want to take voters' cards so that we can make sure you do not sit on that seat in 2027. And now, once they release our brother Morara, we will be ready to go to the streets and reject Chief. We will reject comrades' power. Comrades' power. A short man is not a boy. A man wearing a kanzu is not a woman.
Yes.
So we are going to fight for our country. We as the youth, tuko na wazee, tuko na vijana, tuko na kina mama, na tunapigana kutoka sahi mpaka mwisho kabisa. Tuko na katiba na katiba itatupigania.
Tutatetea katiba mpaka mwisho.
This guy should understand one thing. Ours, we are not dealing with the issue connected with Gachagua and whatever.
We don't care.
Mambo ya Gachagua na Ruto, dereva Makanga kufa, dereva Makufa. Sisi tunataka nyinyi wote ondoka mamlakani. To pave way for the 60 Morara Kebaso. That's why we are here as the citizens of this republic. Secondly, members of parliament of Kenya, we don't recognize you because we are back to head with your president, William Ruto. Your president, William Ruto. As we stand with the people, we remain with the people, people will have peace. Those comrades who died will have peace if we fight to the end and ensure we achieve whatever was in our programs. So guys, People of Kenya, let's be united. Mambo ya tribalism kando. Since we have one language, yes, we go much forward irrespective of where you come from. We stand as Kenyans. That's what we are looking at, and that's the Kenya we want through the 6th Morara Kebaso, and that's the writing on the wall. Thank you.
Mimi naja hapa nikisema hatutaki kuambiwa tumetenga tena ni mwizi, hatutaki kuambiwa tumeweka mabilioni tena ni mwizi, haiendi kwa maendeleo ya watoto wetu, haikuji mashinani kwa watoto wetu, inawekwa kwa mifuko ya wakora ya wajuma, ili mtu kama ameteka Lesore anaweza kubadilisha bibi ya mtu ndege ili kulipia na pesa yake, alilipa ndege na pesa ya mali ya umma. Kweli ya marongo, kama ni pesa yako ameteka Lesore, ulilipia huyo mwanamke ndege ukaenda na yeye ngambo, kuja usimame wima kama venye nimesimama hapa, useme hiyo pesa ilikuwa yako, ni jasho yako, ulifanya kazi mzee. Hatutaogopa, hatutaishi kutishwa na askari, hata sisi ndio tunafanya askari ya kuwe kazi. Sisi ndio tunafanya avae uniform. Hiyo tia kazi unarusha, unafaa uitunze vizuri kwa Mkenya wa kawaida, uitunze vizuri na hiyo uniform unavaa. Kama uelewi, mimi nasema hata askari wa jela ndiye anavaa lipo mshahara mingi kuliko MCA. Hata askari wa jela yule anaangalia mfungwa ndiye anavaa lipo mshahara mzuri, ina make sense. Na natema sana na nitasema tena na tena, hakuna vile nchi inaweza fandiwa ni wanasiasa ikuwe nchi. Kuna viongozi hizi zimeongoza nchi, hizi ni umbwa. Hizi nasema ukweli, tasimama imara, nimwambie hizi ni umbwa au si viongozi. Hizi ni umbwa na hazeni kutafuta viongozi kuanzia sasa, na mtawajua. Hazeni kutafuta viongozi, hawana ukweli, hawana uongo, wako na ukweli. Na hata gavana wa Meru tamwambia Kawera Mwangaza, tunakuja na Chief Justice ametoka Meru Mathakome, hakuna kona ujui Meru, tutatembea na wewe, utuambie huyo gavana amefanya kazi gani, kama anadhulumiwa, ama ni ukweli anasema. Sisi tunasema ima. Asanteni wazee. Asanteni Wakenya wenzangu.